Okay, so today's topic is the anti-inflammatory meal plan for heart health. The reason why I say that heart health is anytime when you have a lot of, inflammation that result as we go on, you might have a problem in a sense that inflammation will start forming plaque throughout the body, and that eventually hurt your heart, hurt everywhere because they form plaques. And so we'll give you basic some idea what is not inflammatory food, and then you can continue to try with that food because this is a lifetime plan, basically. So you got to be careful of that. So basically, we'll talk about why is inflammation, how they relate the inflammation to the heart, and what are the key components of anti-inflammatory plan. In other words, what kind of meals that you can eat, though basically to help you decrease the inflammation. And on top of that, how can you do that for continue throughout your life and how those should help you. And so today, a webinar is a good webinar to help you understand what is inflammation. Now, I notice today there's a lot of people that in our group that I'm not really familiarized with, but it's okay. We talk about 4 stages of diabetes. Now, which basically I try to catch up with everybody who new to comes in. I notice a bunch of names. I don't remember them. I never seen them before, so I want to catch up with everybody so everybody at the same stage. Now, a lot of people ask, well, how do you get diabetes? Now, really, at the end of the day, diabetes will all go through 4 stages. The first stage is when your LDL cholesterol go up. That's bad cholesterol. When it goes up, then your LDL go up, then it damaged the B cells, came out from pancreas, the B cells to take sugar to the cells. So the B cell damage, less sugar going to cells, eventually more and more sugar circulating in the bloodstream. The problem you're going to start. What happened is that bad cholesterol and the sugar mixed together, the blood becomes thick and it's going to start form plaques everywhere. When plaques everywhere, you can quickly move to stage 2 because there's less space on vessels. Your blood pressure is going to go up. Now, at this time, you have no sign and symptom. You will know what's happening, and you continue to get plaques throughout the body and start accumulate. And this plaque will not disappear, will continue to build up. So very quickly, you probably move to stage 3, which is called pre-diabetic. When you have pre-diabetic, every doctor measure the same thing. Well, they will measure your blood sugar, how many percent blood sugar attached to your hemoglobin. Everybody have this red blood cell called hemoglobin. That's why they call it HbA1c. If you have 5.7 below, you are a normal person. If 5.7 to 6.4, you are a pre-diabetic person. Now, when you're a pre-diabetic person, the doctor usually say, hey, you're pre-diabetic now. You really got to take care of your diet control, your exercise, lower your weight, measure your blood sugar. Now, with that, a lot of people heard it, but they do not usually take action. 80% of people are just, okay, thank you, doctor, but really doesn't know what it is. But that's the time because you have no medication to help you lower your blood sugar at the time. You just got to change your lifestyle. And that's the time low sugar might able to help you to really help you to lower those blood sugar, go down to the normal level. And if you don't do anything, don't change, most likely you will change to stage 4, which is your blood sugar A1C will go to 6.4% and above. Now you are being diabetic. And once you become diabetic, you don't go back. The doctor will not change you to go back. Now, why I talk about drinking low sugar tea? Low sugar tea has basically 2 items in there. It's not a drug. It's just a food. It's guava leaves. It's a food. It's basically a fruit drink, if you will. I mean, a food drink, if you will, because guava leaves, it's delayed absorption of the blood sugar into the gut vessels. And then your bitter melon, what it does is increase the insulin sensitivity, take back sugar to the cells. And after the sugar in the cells, it cannot use excess sugar and also cholesterol. And salt will dump off from the urine. So when urine dump off sugar, cholesterol, and salt, the blood pressure comes down. So net result, it took care of your 3 high. Now, if you continue to maintain yourself good 3 high, the chances of you get all the bad disease will be very less. The risk is much lower. Now, however, we don't just tell you to drink tea, because we also have programs to teach you about low carb diet, low fat diet, and diet like today. Talk about anti-inflammatory diet. We also teach you about exercise, walk 10,000 steps a day, do different type of exercise to help you to continue to decrease the blood sugar in your bloodstream and decrease the cholesterol. And we teach you how to weight loss of, with 30 BNI all the way to 23. We're weekly free webinar for you, which is you're listening right now, and also how to give you a program that they track your blood sugar, your food and your step. So the whole scheme to help you continue to lower your A1C from more than 10+% to 5.7. I just had a customer who told me when he came in, it's 8.9% of A1C. Now, a few months later, A1C now is 5.1. So that is really exciting, and that's what we do. So, well, let's get to the main topic. What is inflammation? Now, inflammation is a body, basically, it really a way to protect themselves. When you get hurt, the body will right away have acute inflammation. What it does is it try to basically prevent any injury or infection. They try to increase healing. So that area definitely will start off get redness, swell, heat, and pain. But basically, the body, what it does is help you to fight infection, but also try to get you to be healing up so it get inflamed. And that usually acute inflammation. Now, I'll give you one example. I just hurt my leg while slip on the ice while in Chicago on the airplane. Well, when I heard it at that time, it was not too painful, but it's just a little bit painful. But when I got into the airplane, my leg starts swelling up. That's exactly what happened here, because a hit injury, the cells start going to say, "Hey, I need to repair the area." So the whole thing, the whole thigh is going to swell up. So this is acute inflammation. Now, what is chronic inflammation? Now, this is something that which you need to really look at, because what happened is somehow, somewhere in the body, doesn't mean that it necessarily have an injury or infection, but because some issue ignite the body to say, "Hey, there's something wrong here. I have to protect my body," and they will continue to really inflame to try to fix this. Now, this can really, at the end of the day, because you have all this inflammation going on, and can really damage the healthy issue and organs. And we'll explain further, get you better understand what that is. Okay, so those are the major thing that you will see inflammation. One is acute, one is chronic. And we'll try to talk about when you basically food, that if you continue to eat a lot of bad food with inflamed food, that will cause you chronic inflammation. Now, the bad part, why we're so concerned chronic inflammation, because it will form plaques, build up in all the arteries, and then if the diagnosis of that is atherosclerosis, meaning this plaque make of fats, cholesterol, and all the other substance, and because it's also part of the immune system, so it make the cells inflame and form plaque, and then it will continue to grow and grow and grow, and so on throughout the whole body. Now, what happens if one of these plaques start burst, and then you will form a clot, and this clot can be dangerous, because what happens is clot can actually break up and flow to the heart, and you get heart attack or stroke. That is the danger part. So remember, all these things, if a clot, plaque falls apart, it become a blood clot, and you will go throughout the body where it flow. You become very dangerous, because it might go into the heart. It blocks certain area of the heart. The blood flow will stop there, and the muscle is going to get damaged, and you get a heart attack, or go to a brain, small muscle block, you will start getting stroke. So you can understand why this is so important. Now, there are many causes actually in cause of inflammation. So really, at the end of the day, what can we protect ourselves is eliminate this potential food that cause chronic inflammation. Because, for example, processed food like trans fat excess sugar. All these raise the blood sugars up, and unhealthy fat level that also trigger inflammation. Now, this is important because when you have not good diet, this inflammation go out throughout your body. Again, with that, you will form plaques. Remember that, huh? Okay, secondary is, hey, I don't move much and I'm a very sedentary person. I sit down, watch TV whole day long. That lifestyle also increase the inflammation because you don't move. You do not help to decrease inflammation. Exercise, working, moving around, actually help to decrease inflammation. On top of that, if an executive, oh, I'm stressed like hell in my work, every day a long hour, keep stressed, because and that result because you're so much stress, your stress hormone will continue goes up, and then you don't manage the stress. The stress also increases inflammation because why the body will say, hey, I will give you ready for war. So they actually the whole body start getting ready for war. So they have some inflammation to help you prepare for that war. So that is no good. Now, also, if you definitely have some kind of tissue damage, and whatever that causes inflammation, so that definitely will be helping you to cause inflammation, such as smoking, alcohol abuse, lots of alcohol. See, because all those cause what? Tissue damage. Now, it does not mean cutting you, but it is a smoking, alcohol that burn off your tissue, damage your tissue. That is continue cause of tissue damage. So if you can able to get rid of the alcohol smoking, you're much more healthier. So basically that is. Now, so at the whole program, we have several different diets to help you to understand what kind of food you would take, decrease the inflammation. Okay. Now, first of all, let's talk about what food that increase inflammation. First of all, processed food like hot dog and stuff like that, trans fat, and that's why a lot of food now they don't have the listed no trans fat, excess sugar, like bubble tea every day. Now you are set yourself up. Don't go for that bubble tea every day with high amount of sugar. Also refined carbs like white bread, that kind of stuff, because that will just jack up your blood sugar. Red and processed meat, like for example, a lot of processed meat like that you eat in the pizza, and also a lot of big steak, that is considered really cause more inflammation. Now, food that is reduce inflammation in general is like fruits, vegetable, leafy greens, berries, tomatoes, whole grain, brown rice, red rice, healthy fats, olive oil, avocado, nuts, fatty fish like salmon, that kind of fish, herb and spike, ginger. So you really want to eat more of this food that can reduce inflammation rather than take a lot of processed food, hot dog, things like that will help you to increase inflammation. So really at the end, the principle is eating whole unprocessed food, provided good nutrition for you and help your body to continue fight your inflammation and improve overall health. So that is what you were trying to do, okay? So give you a principle, the inflammation food like processed food, and all the reduced inflammation food is all whole food with vegetable and good stuff. So remember that. That is a key thing you do. Now, there's several diet, the different type of diet can help you to do that. One is certainly the Mediterranean diet. The key feature is they have a lot of food, vegetable, whole grain, healthy fat, use all the cooking by olive oil. There are lean protein and fish instead of red meat. And then they eat a lot of eggs and so forth. So all those are really the key feature of Mediterranean. And Mediterranean diet is very good. You can continue to strive that. And the health benefits definitely is to reduce inflammation, enrich with vitamin, mineral, antioxidant, and so forth. And has also lower bad cholesterol because they're less fat, and they improve your heart health. And then you really also give you better heart support your heart function because there are a lot of omega-3, because of fat fish, which is reduce the heart disease. So really, this is a proven benefit at Mediterranean diet. If you look at a lot of the website and internet, they all tell you that, hey, try Mediterranean diet is actually very good. So look into the website, look at all the recipe. I think that it will be excellent for you to really to help you to get lower your inflammation. Now that's called DASH diet. Now DASH diet basically is really a diet which is really has a lot of fruit, vegetable, high vitamins, mineral fibers, whole grain, low fat diet. Like they use skim milk, low fat yogurt, lean proteins that are fish, and also healthy fat olive oil. So it's just a little bit different from Mediterranean diet, but you can also load up to help you get an understanding of what it is. But the key benefit of DASH diet is actually lower blood pressure and also reduce all major factor of heart disease. It also said reduce all these diet will reduce the inflammation and prevent your artery forming plaque buildup. And then it also improve your cholesterol, lower your bad LDL cholesterol. And that is important because LDL cholesterol is going to induce a potential heart attack. This is really true because one of my clients, LDL cholesterol is high, like 6 and 7, that range. But you know, he has been long term in that range. He didn't take really a lot of good medication to help him bring it down. So when he see the cardiologist found that, hey, you basically had a tremendous risk of coronary artery blockage of 96%. So that is the kind of thing that you don't want yourself to be in. So really, to lower your cholesterol and also your blood pressure, DASH diet may be one choice you might want to have. Now, then also the anti-inflammatory meal plan that you can able to look up in internet and so forth. The key here you want to choose is you want to get a lot of fruit, a lot of vegetable, which is fruit and vegetable have rich antioxidant, fibers, vitamin. But importantly, to choose the vegetable is dark leafy green, like spinach, kale, berries, beets, which is beets contain a lot of anti-inflammatory properties. Whole grain, you know, you have which you have vitamin B, vitamin, which is promote your gut health. Also, if you took a lot of whole grain, it also help you lower your inflammation. Also give you a very good bowel movement. Also, especially elderly person, you really need to take a lot of whole grain brown rice and oats and granola. All kind of this is going to help you tremendously. So keep up this intake. Now in Hong Kong, a lot of people use red rice also. That's another good stuff. Okay. And also in the sense that you need to continue healthy fat, meaning that you don't want to continue to build up your bad cholesterol, LDL cholesterol, because all those LDL cholesterol increase actually will end up to increase the chance of heart attack. So LDL, bad cholesterol, you want to make sure that your LDL cholesterol will continue to drive down to lower and lower and lower, okay? In Hong Kong, usually they go for, like, if you can do 2, it will be very, very good. So keep that in mind. Now, best choice of best choice of this is olive oil, avocado, nut seed, because all these are anti-inflammatory, good, food plus fatty fish like salmon and so forth. All have omega-3. You want a lean protein, like for example, you want to basically your lean protein provide essential a lot of amino acid without trigger inflammation. Like lean protein is fish, okay? And chicken, you don't want to take chicken skin. You want to make sure is turkey and chicken is no skin. Also the lean cut, you can take tofu, beans. All that will be a best choice for you with the key component of your anti-inflammatory. Now, also spice can also help you. Now, there's a lot of natural spice for anti-inflammatory property, like for example, ginger, garlic, cinnamon, all the good stuff. Lignum also packed with a lot of fiber, protein, antioxidants, support gut health. So with that, you can choose something like black beans, lentil, chickpeas. All these are very, very good choice to basically help you to also part of your anti-inflammatory diet. Now, also, why are you doing all that? Because the benefit, as I mentioned to all of you, if you take your diet control with continue take food, which is anti-inflammatory, and you plan your meal all with this type of food, which is mentioned, like a lot of fibers, a lot of dark green vegetable. You eat fish like salmon, cod, for example. You actually lower your risk of heart attack or heart disease because what happened is you reduce all the arterial inflammation. When you reduce arterial inflammation, you reduce all the plaque builds up in the artery. So if you can do that, you maintain healthy blood vessels. So you reduce the chance of heart attack and stroke. Remember, all these things block up the heart vessels. You can't go through. Heart will die. Or it's the same thing for a brain. The brain cells will die somewhere, and then you get stroke. Or if there's a plaque that dislodged somewhere because of inflammation, it go to your heart, go into your lung, and it can go to your head, your brain. So you get stroke or heart attack. So all that is basically why we're doing all this. Now, why we want to support also lower your bad cholesterol, but improve your good cholesterol, which is the good cholesterol is called HDL. The good cholesterol is called HDL. The HDL is come from like food like nuts, olive oil, and LDL, bad cholesterol. LDL is a bad cholesterol, which is the one that you have a lot of things like processed food, hot dogs, red meats. All these are bad LDL cholesterol food. You need to eliminate or lower your intake of those. Take a lot of healthy HDL food, HDL cholesterol food, which is like nuts. Okay. Now, certainly, besides the anti-inflammatory food, you also need to regulate your blood pressure because as you move on, your age, your blood vessels will be start getting hardening. It's not going to be soft anymore. And as you get older, your blood pressure will continue goes up actually. But you have to maintain below 130 as your systolic blood pressure. The blood pressure cannot be over 90. It has to be 80 something and below. So some of the food can help you is high potassium food like banana, leafy green vegetable, and you need to take a lot of omega-3 food, which is like fish, flaxseed, which is reduce the blood vessel inflammation, which support your what? Stable blood pressure. And you really want to do that because high blood pressure will cause your stroke and heart disease. So that is important for you to remember. Now, with that, we talk about blood pressure, we talk about cholesterol. Now you have to really improve your blood sugar control. So how do you improve blood sugar control? Well, you got to take food like whole grain, anti-fiber rich vegetable that prevention of sugar spike. Now remember, once you start eating food, your sugar goes up. And definitely every time you know person, the sugar still also go up to 7. However, all that you really want to make sure it doesn't spike up to very, very high. Like for US, you don't want to go up to 160, 170, right? Or maybe 140 is there. In Hong Kong will be more 7, that's there enough. So you really need to make sure that whatever you eat doesn't spike very high, because if you continue to spike, if you don't continue to spike, you actually help to reduce the insulin resistance. Because really, if you have high insulin resistance, you actually link up to inflammation and heart disease. So if you are low inflammation, your insulin resistance are also lower. So that's where insulin can process better can take back the sugar to the cells and lower your blood sugar. Important is insulin resistance. When your insulins are no longer work anymore, you know what? Your blood sugar shoot up, right? So you don't want to do that. You want to continue to decrease this insulin resistance. Now, with the sugar control, you need to also now have to manage your weight management, because if you are overweight, a lot of calories, nutritional, weight is obese. When you're obese, your blood pressure goes up, and it will also inflame your entire body. And basically, if you have overweight, your BMI over 30 and 32, 33, you're overweight, then the chance of a heart attack is real good, because when you're obese, you have more inflammation in your body. Also, you have to now reduce your stress, because when you stress, you know what? You actually start getting some cellular damage. And so you really need to get more food, give you good antioxidant like berry, dark leaf greens, vegetable, nuts, get rid of the free radicals to damage your heart tissue. And then also you have the good diet to support you to and also go to places, a lot of greens, a lot of trees, rather go breathing all the dust and heat. That's not good, because all that will help you to increase your stress in your cardiovascular system, and in turns you actually get more inflamed the whole body and actually get more chance of heart disease, and that you don't want to do that. So important, go out to the park all the time, go to the seashore, breathing some fresh air, relax yourself. That is really good to help you to decrease stress in the body and relax your mind and decrease. All that will help you to enhance your overall being. You feel good, you feel happy, you live longer, and protect. And it also, because your well-being is good, you promote better digestion, energy level, mental clarity. All that will be improved. And then with that, you continue eating those anti-inflammatory food. You don't eat inflammatory food. It sustains your whole life habit. It become a better person. So this is so important. In other words, what you're doing is you're changing the lifestyle. Now, certainly, we change lifestyle to be a better health, to eat less inflammatory food. It move to all anti-inflammatory food. But with that, you also lower your weight, decrease your blood sugar. You also decrease your stress, and you will improve overall well-being. That's so important. So net result, you need to start planning your meal. So you really have to have a plan, a meal plan. Like, for example, you're going to go website to look at some meal plan suggestion, like Mediterranean diet. Oh, there's a lot of stuff in there, man. So you can go for it, go find out what the kind you like, and focus variety. Don't eat the same old thing one more time. So you can check with different recipe, which will give you the same diet, Mediterranean diet, or whatever diet you choose. And then you schedule for the whole week, so you can eat variety, enjoy your life with the type of diet choice, with all the anti-inflammatory food. Now, water is so important. You have to stay hydrated. A lot of older folks and a lot of younger folks do the same thing. They don't really drink enough water. That's why we plan low sugar tea. You have to drink 2 liters of low sugar tea per day. Basically, you must have enough water to, first of all, dilute your blood, get all the poison, enough water to have all the poison can be flushed out to your body. So stay hydrated is so important. Drink plenty of water. Low sugar, drink 6 to 8 glasses a day to help you to manage your blood pressure, manage your manage your cholesterol and blood sugar to support your total health. Now, also you might say that, hey, I cannot cook so much. Well, do batch cooking. You do once a week cooking. It's okay to help you to continue to cook all the food one time, and just dish it out to say the time you want to eat, and you can save time. That's certainly do that too. I used to do batch cooking a lot, but I think this can be something to do, and you can freeze the meal and eat it later. That's certainly good. And also with that, you can also look at all the affordable healthy meals like brown rice, red rice, oatmeal, lentil soup, grilled fish with like salmon, brown rice, all those. You can homemade vegetable with fry with brown rice, all the good stuff that you can look at internet. That's a lot of good idea you can able to do. So don't eat the same old. Okay. So important to remember, low sugar can definitely help you because guava leaves, the bitter melon, guava leaf is actually slow down the blood sugar going to your gut. Bitter melon is help you to improve the blood, to improve the insulin sensitivity, take the sugar to the cells, and then they dump excess sugar, LDL bad cholesterol, and also your salt from urine. So net result lower your three high. So if you take care of three high, wow, man, you are most likely very healthy. So in conclusion, really at the end of the day, you have to eat whole food, not processed food, which will give you all the good nutrients and also can fight inflammation and improve overall health. Also, we suggest the Mediterranean diet, which is really good for heart, prevent your stroke and heart disease, and whereby they still emphasize whole but unprocessed food, and healthy fat make one the most heart-friendly diet. Now, DASH is more for helping your hypertension, help you to lower your blood pressure. So that is also another choice you have. But look it up on the website. There's a lot of things for DASH diet and Mediterranean diet. You can eat very, very, choose the plan that you want. You have to plan your meal for the whole week. You can do it by bulk or you can do it day by day, but it's good to plan the whole week so you have the whole week meal plan to help you to go forward. Anti-inflammatory diet is actually rich of whole food, all the whole food, not processed food. And also, it does actually lower your inflammation, cholesterol, blood pressure, and reduce your potential heart disease and potential stroke. So you really got to look at continue to drive this throughout your life, because if you do that, you do your dietary change to make a long-term, you can really create a long-term benefit for your heart health. And I'm very sure if you can do that, you come back to me and say, Andrew, this is so good. I said, take a suggestion. My body will feel much better. And really at the end of the day, also drink low sugar tea, 6 to 8 glasses a day, a cup a day, so that you can always continue to lower your blood sugar, cholesterol, and blood pressure. And a lot of people, really have gained that experience now. I think if you can try it again, you can see the whole benefit. If you have a question, write to me, Andy, ANDY, at WAHFONG.com. Andy, ANDY, at WAHFONG.com. Or WhatsApp us, 852-6792-8891. So you have any question, do write us, and a lot of people do, and they love it. They get answers, and they also chat with me sometime what it is, and they also give me some of the success story. That even more exciting. Like I said, one of my customers at their and the A1C 8.9, and now they drive it down to 5.1. That's exciting, right? Okay, so have a nice weekend. I hope you can able to continue to listen to the webinar. Sorry, we have some technical difficulty in the beginning, but I'm so happy that we at least got everything fixed for you and continue our webinar with able to you can see our webinar clearly. All right, you take care. Thank you very much for joining us. Bye-bye.